Ove didn't know what he was expected to say to that. Clearly, the whole matter of car makes was considered quite important in Spain, and certainly Ove could emphasize with that. Saab, he said, therefore, pointing demonstratively at his chest. Jose stared in puzzlement at him for a moment. Then he pointed at himself. Jose, I wasn't bloody asking for your name. I was only saying. Ove started saying, but he stopped himself when he was met on the other side of the bonnet by a stare as glazed as an inland lake. Obviously, this Jose's grasp of Swedish was even worse than Ove's Spanish. Ove sighed and looked with some concern at the children in the back seat. They were holding the old woman's hands and looked quite terrified. Ove looked down at the engine again. Then he rolled up his shirt sleeves and motioned for Jose to move out of the way. Within 10 minutes, they were back on the road, and Ove had never seen anyone too relieved to have their car fixed. However much she flicked through her little phrase book, Sonia never found out the exact reason why they weren't charged for any of the food they ate in Jose's restaurant that week. But she laughed until she was positively simmering every time the little Spanish man who owned the restaurant lit up like a sun every time he saw Ove, held out his arms and exclaimed, Senor Saab. Her daily naps and Ove's walks became a ritual. On the second day, Ove walked past a man putting up a fence and stopped to explain that this was absolutely the wrong way to do it. The man couldn't understand a word of what he was saying, so Ove decided in the end that it would be quicker to show him how. On the third day, he built a new exterior wall on a church building with the assistance of the village priest. On the fourth day, he went with Jose to a field outside the village, where he helped one of Jose's friends pull out a horse that had got stuck in a muddy ditch. Many years later, it occurred to Sonia to ask him about all that. When Ove at last told her, he shook her head both long and hard. So while I was sleeping, you sneaked out and helped people in need and mended their fences. People can say whatever they like about you, Ove, but you are the strangest superhero I ever heard about. On the bus on the way home from Spain, she put Ove's hand on her belly, and he felt the child kicking faintly, as if someone had prodded the palm of his hand through a very thick oven glove. They sat there for several hours, feeling the little bumps. Ove didn't say anything, but Sonia saw the way he wiped his eyes with the back of his hand when he rose from his seat and mumbled something about needing the toilet. It was the happiest week of Ove's life. It was destined to be followed by the very unhappiest.